today we are making a video on the TuxCore Linux. So here is the boot menu. Let me quickly boot it in the live boot. I'm running it on the virtual machine, which is a VMware with 60 GB of hard disk, 8 GB of RAM, and my CPU is i5 1240p. So the booting process will take like a 2 or 3 minutes in my PC. So I'm going to wait for it, and after the desktop layout loads, we are going to continue all those features and all the information there. So let's wait and see. So here is our KDE Plasma desktop loaded completely. It took like a 2-3 minutes to load up the desktop layout. So I'm not going to touch anything, and I'm going to show you the system monitor. And let's see how much of resources it's consuming. So I didn't even change the display settings, that's the reason. So let's see how much of resource it's consuming. So memory is almost like a 1.6 GB. And CPU is around under 50%. So here is the version, which is the KDE Plasma version 6.1.3. So you should be getting the latest KDE Plasma version. And the frameworks version 6.4.0, Qt version 6.7.2. Let's check application. I didn't even open any of the applications. So these are all the things which will happen when you open the Linux distro or boot up the Linux distro. So the installer automatically opened when it booted up. So here is the history of the CPU and the RAM, and the process are right here. So it's going to take a few seconds, and we should be seeing all the process running right now. Let's keep it like this so you can see properly. So these are all the process running right now. So I'm going to change the display settings now. Let's change the display settings. So I'm running it on a VMware, so it automatically changes the display. So I'm going to keep the system monitor in the right side corner so we can see all the changes right here. And I'm going to open the installer later, so I'm going to close all those unnecessary things. So here you get the welcome center of the KDE Plasma. So these are all the same things. Let me finish, and let me open the official website by opening the Firefox web browser. Let's open the Firefox web browser and keep an eye on the CPU and the RAM. So the RAM went a bit low here, like a 200 MB, and CPU is pretty much unstable. So here is your browser. Let's go to their official website, and I'm going to show you the downloading process and all the information there. So let me make it bigger so you can see all the changes properly. So there is a bit of lag when moving the applications or making the browser bigger. So because of the CPU. So I already said a lot of times that KDE Plasma version will be having some issues with the CPU in my PC. I don't know it's in my PC or maybe in every other user's PC. So the CPU won't be stable most of the cases. You should be seeing CPU going down to 2% and it will go up to 100%. So it's pretty much unstable in the CPU, but RAM will be pretty much good. So let me type in about support. And let me click on enter. So distribution, it says Arch Linux. I think it's based on Arch Linux. I didn't get any of the information. I just downloaded the ISO file and I'm making a video on it. I need to get all the information right in front of you. So the kernel version you get is a 6.10, the latest Linux kernel, and the operating system will be theme will be Breeze or Advaita. So I'm going to scroll it down to get some other information. So the RAM is almost 8 GB disk space. Scroll it down to get other information. So window protocol, you should be seeing the X11 right now. Desktop environment KDE, and here is my monitor resolution. So you should be getting some other information also here. You can just pause the video or change the playback speed. Let me open the official website. So type in like a TuxCore Linux as the search term, and it will be right here. So the official link is first one, which is TuxCore.org. You can directly type in like a TuxCore.org and you should be getting all the information here. So TuxCore Linux is an independent Linux operating system designed to provide lightweight, fast and a highly customizable environment. And they said the lightweight here, a lightweight, and as you can see, here is our lightweight. So it's almost consuming 2 GB of RAM. I don't think it will be a lightweight, because most of my viewers says even it's a 1.4 GB or 1.5 GB. They say it's a lot. So in my channel, it will be not considered as a lightweight, because LXQT and LXDE are the lightweight desktop environments which consumes like a 500 MB. So I don't know how you can call it as a lightweight. So it's almost consuming almost 90% of the CPU, and RAM went up to almost a 1.9 GB of RAM just by opening the browser and the system monitor. I didn't open any of the things as you see in front of you. So that's the reason I said I want to show everything as possible. So, and also based on philosophy of a free and open source software, TuxCore is ideal for both beginner and expert users looking for a unique and efficient experience. So let's see what applications we get pre-installed here. So as you can see, there is nothing added from the TuxCore Linux. You get the exactly KDE desktop environment. So it's better to go with the KDE Neon instead of this Linux distro, because you should be getting the latest version from the KDE Neon itself. So there is nothing installed or nothing customized in this Linux distro. So I don't think there is some difference in this Linux distro other than when compared to KDE Neon. So you should be getting the latest version of the KDE Plasma and the latest version of the Linux kernel. So I don't think what's the difference in the TuxCore and KDE Neon, but let's try to see any changes throughout the video. So key features, it says lightweight and fast. So I'm going to show you the uptime, and you should be getting the information of how much of time it consumed. So it says lightweight and fast. So let's see. Let me type in some commands here to get some information. Let's make it bigger like this. Let me type in INXI. So it's not found. You need to install the INXI on your own. NeoFetch. Command not found. So there is nothing pre-installed, not even the INXI or the NeoFetch. You need to install everything on your own. So it's based on Arch Linux. So let's see we already saw the kernel version, so it's a waste of time to even show that. So I'm going to show you the version of the console. So uptime, it took like 3 or 4 minutes. So I don't think it's fast considered to other Linux distros. So it took like 4 minutes to boot up, and the CPU is also not stable. So if they had any other desktop environment added, and if they had customized anything, so we could say this that was a lightweight and a fast Linux distro. But as you can see, it's consuming a 1.9 GB of RAM, and most of the Linux users will be having like a 2 GB of RAM. They should be using it as a lightweight or old computers for the old computers. So most of the Linux distro users will be having like a 2 GB or maximum 4 GB of RAM. So because they will be, Linux is for the old computers and for the normal users, or for the PCs who want to use it as the alternative. So I don't think this is a lightweight Linux distro in my opinion. Do let me know in the comment section how you think it. So the system requirements is a 64-bit processor, minimum 1 GB or 2 GB more recommended. So I'm using 8 GB of RAM, and it's almost more than 2 GB, because 2 GB is 1.8 GB. So it's 100 MB more here. So it says more recommended. So I'm using 8 GB of RAM, and because of the CPU I'm seeing a bit of lag here and there. And disk space, minimum 10 GB, graphics card, OpenGL compatible. So these are the system requirements. So KDE Plasma is included, the latest version of KDE Plasma in its natural state without any modification. So here is the information. So we need to read first about the Linux distro and then try it, because I didn't read anything. So it clearly says here there is nothing added from the TuxCore Linux. without any modification and anything. So if you don't add any modification, I don't think there will be some difference in the KDE Neon and about the TuxCore Linux. So there is nothing change here. As you can see, you get the same thing in when you download the KDE Neon. So I don't think there will be some difference in the TuxCore Linux or the KDE Plasma or the KDE Neon. So people will think it's better to go with the KDE Neon instead of this TuxCore Linux, because KDE Neon is well known and it will be available easily. So here is some of the information, and the file size is around 2 GB, and it's clearly up to you to whether to use it or not. In my case, in my opinion, I don't think it's so if you're a normal user, you really like to see some customization and some applications pre-installed, so that's the reason you don't get anything here. So I don't think it's good for a normal user. So if you still want to try the KDE Plasma desktop environment, you can go with the KDE Neon. Why not KDE Neon? Because it's well known and it's from the KDE Plasma desktop environment or the KDE. So you got all the information here, the requirements and all those things. And I'm going to show you the downloading process here. So you can download from the TuxCore Linux from the SourceForge. So if you can't find anything here, just search for the SourceForge and just type in like a TuxCore Linux, and you should be getting the Linux distro TuxCore. And because of the CPU lag, it's gone down. So let me try it again. So here is the Linux distro. So I already mentioned that KDE Plasma version 6.1.3 will be consuming a lot of CPU resources. I even have the latest specs, and this is the issue. So I tried all the Linux distro with this KDE Plasma version 6.1.3. I installed on the virtual disk, I installed on the bare metal. The same issue was in my PC. So do let me know it is having the same issue in your PC also. So here is some of the information. The features you get is a Plasma KDE. So the same thing is KDE Plasma or the KDE. So I don't know what's the difference here. So simple, minimalism, Calamares, easy. So it's clearly a KDE Neon. It's better to go with the KDE Neon in my point of view. So let's go to the files. And the status is also pre-alpha, so I don't think this is a stabilized file, so that's the another problem here. So you can directly download from here. So it's going to take 5 seconds, and you should be good with the downloads. Let me show you the downloading process also. So let's wait. So here is our ISO file. So it's around 2 GB, which is already mentioned. So that was all the information we need from the browser. So I'm going to show you the Calamares installer here. Let the Calamares installer load up. So it's again 1.7 GB of RAM. So you get the Calamares installer, so there is nothing complicated or anything to install here. Choose your language. Let's check the version. Can't check the version right now. There is no about for the Calamares installer. So click on next after choosing the language. You can choose the map, or you can choose the drop down menu here. And if you want to customize, you can customize, which is the system language will be set to American English, United States. If you want to keep it like that, you can keep it, or you can customize according to your wish. The numbers and date locales will be set to American English, United States. Change if you want, or else you can keep it like that. Click on next. You should be seeing a keyboard here. Choose your keyboard. And if you want, you can test your keyboard by typing here. And also you can switch the keyboard here. Click on next. Here you need to choose your installation destination or the installation drive. So in my case, I'm using it on VMware. So here is my VMware. If you have the multiple hard disks, choose the proper one, because if you don't know, it's going to erase and it's going to delete everything. So that's the reason. So if you don't know how to install the Linux distro in your hard disk or virtual disk or wherever, you need to watch tutorials. So there is already tutorials in my channel, but I don't recommend to watch in my channel because my videos will be like a 30 minutes or 25 minutes lengthy. because I'll be covering most of the things in that Linux distro videos. And also I don't remember in which video I installed, because I made like a 3000 videos of every Linux distro, most of the Linux distros. So it's pretty much very hard to point out in which distro I installed on the hard disk or a virtual disk. So that's the reason it's better to watch some other videos in the YouTube. So you should be watching like a 2 or 3 minutes, because you don't want to get bored just watching by the installation videos. So just watch like a 2 or 3 minute short videos, like a 2-3 videos, and you should be good with installation. So I'm going to show you the basic, and I'm going to say the basic information here. So when you choose the erase disk of the specific installation drive, it's going to erase everything which is available in that specific drive, whether it's current operating system or the media files in that specific drive available will be erased. Here are the options. And the manual partitioning is like an option. You need to create a partition in that specific drive, and you can install the TuxCore Linux on that specific partition. And you should be getting the boot menu option with a dual operating systems in the boot menu. So you should be having the current operating system, and other one will be the TuxCore Linux in the boot menu. So that's the difference between erase disk and the manual partitioning. So if you want to encrypt your system, you can encrypt by providing both the boxes with the same password. So you need to remember that password also. So current drive will be like this with a 60 GB without anything. And after installing the TuxCore, it will be like this. And we will go with bootloader location now. So here you should be getting the default of a master boot record for the specific drive. And the other option will be system partition. And the another option is do not install a bootloader. So if you are already a Linux user, you don't need to say anything here. You already know how to use the Linux distro. So I'm going to skip this part and click on next. So here is the user account creation. So again, same thing will be in almost every operating system. So there is nothing complicated in the account creation. So let me try to put some random things here. What is your name? I'm going to put it like a 9to5 Linux. What name do you want to use to log in? So when you use the numericals first, it's going to give you an error sign which says your username must start with a lowercase letter or an underscore. So you need to try the alphabets first. It's a better option. I'm choosing the runboxing. And what is the name of this computer? I'm going to remove all those VMware thing, and I'm going to keep it like a 9to5 Linux. So if everything is going good, you should be seeing a tick mark. If anything is wrong, you should be seeing a wrong symbol or the error symbol or a cross symbol. So choose a password to keep your account safe. I'm going to choose the simple password, like a 1 2 3 4 5 6. Same in both the boxes. So if you want to check the login automatically without asking for the password, check this. Use the same password for the administrator account. You want to say give the same password for the administrator account, you can check this, or else you can uncheck and type some random password or the other password. After choosing everything, click on next. And you should be seeing the summary of whatever you chose in the previous installation. So if everything is going good, if everything is good here, you can click on install. So if anything is wrong, you can just go back and fix those things. So the installation will take like a 20-25 minutes, depends on your PC. If you have like a good end PC, it will be very quick. If you have like a low end PC, it should be a more time consuming there. And also the ISO file, it also depends on the ISO file. If it's a beta version or the development version or the alpha version, so it should be you should be getting installation failed or any pop-ups throughout the installation. Sometimes it is a rarely occurring thing. So most of the time it will be good, but you can't say that everything will go good in the beta version or in the development version ISO files. So this is also alpha version ISO file, so I don't think it will be having some issues, but in rare cases there will be pop-ups like installation failed, or sometimes installation will also get failed. So if it's a stable ISO file, you should be good with the installation without any issues. So I'm not going to install because I don't want to. I need to make another video. So I'm going to close the installation here. So you don't even get any pre-installed applications to show here. So I don't think there is anything to show here because it's almost everything is a KDE Plasma desktop environment. So you should be seeing you already saw the 6.1.3 desktop environment. So I don't think it will be anything here new. And also there is nothing added also. So it's a waste of time to make a video on it. So I thought there will be some changes making this video, but you exactly get the KDE Plasma desktop environment without any changes here, not even a single wallpaper. So I don't think there is nothing new to show here instead of wasting both of us time. So this is the thing you get in the TuxCore Linux. So the CPU, I already said there is an issue with the 6.1.3 version of the KDE Plasma version in my PC. I don't know how it's in the other PCs or other users' PC. So at the end of the video, these are all the resources. I thought there will be something, but you get the exactly KDE Plasma desktop environment. So it's a waste of time too. So I didn't face any pop-ups like not responding or errors or any bugs, but the CPU was having issue. So that's my final thoughts in this using this TuxCore Linux or the KDE Plasma desktop environment. So you get same thing in the desktop feature also. Of all the KDE Plasma desktop environment applications. So you should be getting all the desktop environment application with the 24.05.2 version. And we have the multimedia, which is a VLC media player. Let me show you the media player. Let's check the version and end the video. So you should be getting 3.0.21. So let's check the logout screen whether we have any passwords for the login screen. Let me log out now. And the password should be live user, I guess. So I'm going to show you the password also. So it's clearly up to you to whether to use it or not. So here we have the VLAN. I'm going to log in with the VLAN now. So the password should be live user. Let me type in. So the password is live user, and let's wait until the desktop loads, and I'm going to show you the VLAN desktop. It's going to take a few seconds or maybe a minute. I'm going to show you the VLAN in the browser. Let me open the Firefox web browser. So there is a bit of lag because of the applications opening in the background. Let me quit the installer. Let me open the system monitor also. Let's check whether we have the same issue in the VLAN also. Let me keep the system monitor in the right side corner. Let me type in about support. About support. Hit enter. So I was getting the same issue. So let's scroll it and see the window. So here you have window protocol. It's a VLAN. So you get the same CPU issue seen also. So the RAM went almost 1.4 GB. So everything is same. So I'm going to end the video here. Let's shut it down. So thanks for watching. Peace out.